Welcome to another episode of Smiling Again. I am Kim Moore. I lost my husband, Chris, to alcoholism in May 2017. And today on this episode, I have with me Megan. Megan has just recently lost her brother, Joseph, to addiction. She's an incredibly brave soul because it's only been 2 weeks since he's passed away. And I always say to everybody, with every word we heal. And the fact that she's embracing this right now is such a positive thing for her own recovery. So Megan, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Thank you for inviting me to talk about my brother and our story.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. Your story, as difficult as it is right now, I'm sure that through sharing this, somebody out there is going to hear you and it will help them. So thank you for being so brave.
Whew, thank you.
Okay, so you were telling me that you're the older sister and you're 3 years older than Joseph was, correct?
I'm 2.5 years older, but so school, it was always, 3 years.
Mm-hmm. And he had been battling with his addiction for 20 years.
It was probably just on 20 years when he passed.
And he was just only 32 years young.
Yeah, he was, his birthday's in December, so he would have been 33.
So what was that like for you as the big sister, watching him struggle?
It was, probably one of the hardest things for a big sister to watch, just because, you always, it's almost like being the mother. Like you want certain things for your younger siblings. You see the potential that they have. And it almost felt like he was just throwing it all away all the time, but he was the most kind, loving person. And so when he was sober, when he was healthy, you just wanted to hold on to it all the time. You just wanted to wrap him up and just keep him just like that. So, it was definitely the hardest thing that I, as just a person, as a human being, it was the hardest thing that I had to go through. And it was even harder to let him go, because that's, yes, with him passing, letting him go that way. But, I had to basically distance myself in May from him. He overdosed then and had to be brought back, and luckily he was saved. But I have young children, so I just didn't want them to see Uncle Joey's demise and watch him deteriorate, because I just had this feeling that this was it, that yes, he was given this chance, but how many more chances can you get? We always joke that he was like a cat. He had 9 lives. He just kept surviving things. And it was just really painful to watch. And it definitely caused a rift in the family for me to put my foot down and say, I just can't. I can't be around him. I can't let my children see this. So yeah, being a big sister to someone with addiction is definitely not easy.
And not just a big sister, but a mom.
Yeah.
And you've got to take care of those little ones.
Yeah. And luckily they're little. My children are 6 and 4, and my nephew's 6 as well. So they're little, and they don't really understand that Uncle Joey had an addiction to anything. They just, how we told them is that Uncle Joey's body just wasn't healthy enough for Earth, and that he's in heaven and he's watching over us and keeping us safe. And so, it's almost good and bad that they don't understand, because it's like, okay, life goes on. It's not okay. Uncle Joey's our angel. He's in heaven. So when mommy needs time to grieve, or when I'm sad, they don't really understand why it's sad, because we try to make it such a happy thing, because we don't want them to be sad because they're little. So that's really hard for like the grieving process for me. Yeah, so that's it's it's just tough.
You described to me earlier that feeling of the roller coaster of emotions.
Yes.
And how long do you think you've been riding that roller coaster now, Megan?
So I was on like a roller coaster since it started, since we knew we had a problem, since he started abusing drugs. It's been this horrible roller coaster where I just feel like we're locked in, can't get off. You get to the end and it's like, all right, we're going backwards. We're gonna do it again, and then we'll do it in slow motion. So it's been a real long time, and since he passed away 2 weeks ago, I feel like now we're on the flips, where we go down and then we go up, we go down and we go up. So I'm not sure if we'll ever get off of this roller coaster, but I'm hoping it slows down.
Well, I think the way to getting off the roller coaster is choosing to step off of it, which comes with focusing on your own healing. I promise you can step off it. You're doing amazing. You're doing absolutely amazing. You were also telling me about that feeling of peace that you've also had. Could you share your thoughts on that, please?
It's such a sad time for my whole family, for everyone that loved him or knew him. But getting, to see him one last time and seeing how peaceful he looked, it wasn't sad at all. It was so peaceful. I almost wanted to celebrate that at that moment when I got to see him. But knowing that he's at peace, I know he is. It brings me so much peace, like that weight that sat on my chest for so many years. It like went away. And yeah, I'm sad. I'm so sad. I'm sad. I'm mad. I'm all the different feelings that you get when you grieve, but most of all, I'm at peace. The sadness does sneak up on you, and something will remind you of him that'll make you sad or make you want to cry. But I smile a lot because there were so many amazing memories that I'm crying now, but it's all happy tears, because I'm so lucky to have so many awesome memories with him.
I think that's beautiful, Megan, because I think for many of us, the pain can be so much that we numb ourselves to the emotions to the point that we don't feel anything anymore. And it's really, really healthy to see you feeling and to already be able to remember those happy memories.
Yeah, I mean,
we
were so lucky. My husband and I got married in 2013, and my brother was sober. That was his longest streak of being sober. He was in it was called drug court, so he had to be sober. But it was a blessing for our family, and I think a lot of people who have people that are loved ones that are addicted, anything that keeps them on track, and where they have follow through and they have to do drug tests and that kind of stuff, it keeps them honest, and they're working towards something. And he was just so healthy and so much fun. And I have my wedding video that I've watched 4 times already since he passed, because he's in it and he's such a goofball and just makes me laugh. And all the memories of like that whole weekend. So as much as I look sad, I'm not. I'm thankful that I have that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the happy memories are wonderful memories.
Yes.
And there'll be memories that you'll be able to share with your children as well about Uncle Joey.
Yes. A lot of funny ones. He was definitely a
Brilliant.
character. So
That's really, really good. You also said something else to me, which I think I made a note of it because I was so happy to hear you say it. And you said to me that now it's my turn to be okay.
This ride that we've been on, this roller coaster of addiction as a family has it's been a long time. And so for years we were worried about getting the phone call, and we got that phone call. So now we don't have to worry about that. And it's time for us now, and time for me to heal from the trauma, heal from addiction that plagued our entire family, and hopefully use our story to help someone else who's going through it, because it could feel really lonely. There's such a stigma around it that it's only bad people that are addicted or have addictions, and it's actually it's quite the opposite of that. It's can happen to anyone, and it doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like, how much money you have, how much you're loved. It could still hit you and your family really hard, like it did to ours.
Absolutely. I do think it is so important for us to share these stories, which is why we're here, so people can learn and gain a better understanding of just the fact that addiction, alcoholism can grip any family and tear it apart.
And we're hoping that we could not be torn apart, and that we can just continue to love each other and love each other stronger, and just be there for one another. And I feel like it's definitely bringing our family closer together.
Sounds like in this, the things that you've shared with me just in this short period of time, that there's an awful lot of healthy love in your family.
Yeah, we are so blessed to have one another and not just be doing this on our own. We have the three little people in our immediate family that keep us going, and we're trying to just keep my brother's legacy going. He didn't have any of his own kids, but like you said, we want to make sure they know all of the fun memories. And the holidays were always a big time for us as kids. And so we're trying to utilize this time of year as a happy time and not make it sad, and just make it extra fun this year for the kids. They're at the best age for everything, and that's really helping us get through a lot. And I'm kind of dreading Thanksgiving here in the States. It's coming up, and that's my most favorite holiday. And it was the last, we celebrated Christmas and Christmas Eve together last year, but it was Thanksgiving, I just have all these memories of my brother from last year, and how integral of a part he was to our dinner. And so I'm dreading it, because I don't want to say that we had a holiday without him, but I'm also looking forward to kind of continuing certain traditions that he always did that I always hated. But I feel like it would just make his memory continue, and where my kids and my nephew will always remember him. So
I just have to catch my breath now too. So carrying on those traditions, as hard as that might be, that's what he would want.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I think it will be, once you get through the discomfort, it will be a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I feel like and I thought it was so stupid before he passed, but I feel like I can talk to him still. And even if it's me being upset with him, he helped my parents set up Halloween decorations. He always helped with the decorations, and they go all out with decorations. But he passed away before Halloween, so I got stuck taking the Halloween decorations down, and I was not happy about it. I did not appreciate that. And so I definitely was yelling at him.
I was
Why
going to
couldn't you
say, you
wait
told him, didn't you,
I
Anthony?
did. I said, why couldn't you wait a couple weeks, man? Because this is not fun. This is not what I like to do. And now I'm stuck doing it.
Yeah, it's really healthy to have those conversations. I confess that I talked to my husband more after he passed away than we did for years. So yeah, it's a healthy thing. Absolutely a healthy thing. So that's really good. Megan, you're doing so amazing. You're doing so many things that are so good for you. And I'm so, so pleased to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And the best thing that I took time off of work, which I'm a teacher, and I don't take time off. It's so hard, especially this year. Subs are a hot commodity these days, substitute teachers. But I took an extra day for me, and I took care of myself that day, and then I went back to work, and I feel like going back to work was the best thing that I could have done. Seeing my students get excited to see me, and all my coworkers that, I didn't realize cared. They actually cared. It was, I mean, I know that they cared, but you just, you don't think that it's going to affect anyone else. And I felt so much love going back to work. And, I highly recommend that to anyone that's going through something traumatic, that sometimes getting back into your routine is good. And just, you're not getting over what happened, because I'm definitely not over it. I'm never going to be over it. But someone told me that you don't get over it, you go through it. And I'm definitely going through it. And it's hard. There's going to be really hard days. And I know that. I was warned, I was told that it's okay to have really hard days, but you're going to have really good days. And I've had some really good days in the last couple weeks. With my kids, with my students, with my husband, with my mom. Um, we're making a lot of new memories. And as hard as it is, I know that he's watching us, and he's happy that we're still moving along, and we're not curled up in our bed every day upset. It's okay if you do that. I know it is, but I know that he wouldn't want me to be sad like that.
mm-hmm.
For sure. He wouldn't want me to stop the train, stop, the everything that we do as a family. So, that's really important to me, is knowing that it's okay, but you're going to have some really good days, and you're going to have some not so good days, but it's okay. And it's okay to have all these feelings.
Absolutely. Let it wash through you. As you
Yep.
said, you get through it. You move forward with it. You really do. Well, Megan, you've shared so much, and I'm so sorry for your loss, and
Thank you.
such a recent loss, and such a raw, honest share with us. So I thank you for that. I would like to invite you to. I did a painting over the weekend and invited people who had lost a loved one to place a flower on the canvas. So people came to the art gallery and painted their flowers, and also a live stream all around the world. People told me what shape and what color. and I painted it for them. Would you like me to paint a flower on the canvas for
I
you?
would love that. I would love that.
And it's to represent your healing.
Mm-hmm.
It's for you. And if there's any other family members that would like a flower on the canvas, we can do that too.
Okay.
We can do that separately, but
Okay.
it's a wonderful thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
We always end every episode with gratitude, because I believe in starting the day with gratitude and ending the day with gratitude. So, Megan, what are 3 things that you feel grateful for right now?
I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for having the support all over the world. I'm grateful for you reaching out to me and letting me share my story of my brother and everything that we've gone through, because I know that just means that his life wasn't just, his death wasn't in vain. So I thank you for that. But I'm very, very grateful for just having every day, just waking up and being here and sharing about my brother. And so thank you. Was that more than 3? I'm sorry. Was it 2? But I'm just grateful.
You can never have too much gratitude, yes. Megan.
Yes. And I'm grateful that today is a day off in the States. So I have been spending a lot of time with my older daughter, who is off as well. So it's been a great day.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I thank you so much for being here and being so brave and sharing your story. And I'm certain that, there's quite a few things that you've shared with us today. And I think one of the key things for people listening is, the moving through the grief and, getting to that place where you can remember those happy memories. And if you can get to that place and remember those happy memories, you'll definitely start smiling again. Thank you so much for being here, Megan.
Thank you.